So our city approved on first reading an ordinance declaring every Sunday as Bicycle Day in the city of Baguio. The proposed measure aims to promote the use of bicycles as an alternative mode of transportation. Given that there are less public utility vehicles operating on Sundays, the ordinance seeks to encourage the able residents in the city to use bicycles instead. So for me, it's the best time to utilize to boost my wellness too.
Hello leaders, good morning. I'm Frey of 544 Starbucks Reserve Sunset Terraces. And right now I'm out here in the woods because it's my day off from work. And this is what I do during my leisure time. And one way for me to enjoy coffee. So before our rides, I start early in the morning to warm up. Because sometimes it just can't be denied that riding at higher elevations can be tough. And I understand my body on how it's going to react later on. So for me, as my daily dose, I need coffee to start up my day. And that's why right now I'm going to brew one of our small batch roasted coffees. And this is one of our coffees that we fill our stores with and all of its stories that we share to our customers who love brewed coffees too. And right now I'm going to brew it using the Aeropress. And what I like about this brewer is that first, it's very easy to clean, it's very easy to pack, and its versatility. Because brew it in one way and you'll get greater body and richness, very similar to French press. Brew it in another way and you'll get cleaner cup, which is very similar to pour over cone.
So I'm going to measure approximately 220 grams of hot water. So this will give me a yield of 8 ounces of brewed coffee. And I'm going to preheat my paper cup. And of course, my plunger. And so of course, I'm going to use paper filter for this brew. And I'm going to preheat it to remove the papery taste. Now that's all set and ready, I'm going to start brewing my coffee. And of course, for this one, I'll be needing 15 grams of coffee beans. And I'm going to manually grind it using the Time More grinder. So for this one, I'm going to use a medium to fine grind and transfer it to the brew chamber and pour hot water up to the 4th line. So now I'm going to stir the slurry to make sure that all the grounds are saturated. And I will put the plunger and wait for 45 seconds. And now I will start plunging it into our cup.
So now that we have our brewed coffee, let me share about Abacondakawa. So Abacondakawa, which means we who love coffee, is Hingakawa for 7 years now. So Hingakawa basically means most of the farmers are women. And this coffee and the women behind it have a very interesting story to tell after bearing witness to one of the most horrific genocide in 1994 called Rwandan genocide. The women of Hingakawa or the farmers of Hingakawa have done a pretty much a miraculous act of not only growing this incredible coffee at the very bedrock of what was once a skull, but also stitching a community back together by harnessing specialty coffee and everything that means to them. So even just the process in itself required those moments of connection for them to really understand how to move forward. So I'm going to share about its flavor profile, first by savoring its aroma. So the scent is straight up berry-like aroma because prominently African coffees are known for its distinct fruity aroma. Let's proceed by slurping the coffee. So this coffee that this brewer produced is heavy on mouthfeel. So it made the acidity more noticeable, that's why it registered more at the sides of my tongue. And as it rests on my palate, somehow it gives that nuances of citrus flavors and baking spice aftertaste.
And so this tasting is very different from the one I'm used to do in our store because right at this moment, this reserve coffee now functions as a gateway for me to engage with the community outside Starbucks. It really allows me to just explore different things and varieties that moves coffee tasting experience into a very different venue. So that's it for me guys. I hope you enjoyed this little sharing of mine on how I'm enjoying my coffee these quarantine days. Stay safe and healthy.